Hello, everyone. Welcome to First Rule of Book Club, our team book club at the Perry County Public Library, brought to you by Jessica Chandler, Children's Youth Services Librarian. And this month's edition is Young Adult Horror Edition, 13 Bone-Chilling Novels. The first young adult horror novel we're going to discuss is Slasher Girls and Monster Boys, selected stories by April Genevieve Tucholka. This is a host of young adult authors come together in this collection of terrifying tales and psychological thrillers. Each author draws from a mix of literature, film, television, and music to create something new and fresh and unsettling. There are no superficial scares here. These are stories that will make you think, even as they keep you on the edge of your seat. From blood horror to the supernatural to unsettling, all too possible realism, this collection has something for anyone looking for an absolute thrill. If it's dead and mobile, it's her problem. Shudder by Courtney Alameda. Michelin Helsing is a tetrachromite, a girl who sees the auras of the undead in a prismatic spectrum. As one of the last descendants of the Van Helsing lineage, she is trained since childhood to destroy monsters both corporeal and spiritual. The corporeal undead go down by the bullet, the spiritual undead by the lens. With an analog SLR camera as her best weapon, Michelin exorcises ghosts by capturing their spirit energy on film. She's aided by her crew, Oliver, a techno-whiz and the boy who developed her camera's technology, Jude, who can predict death, and Ryder, the boy Michelin has known and loved forever. The Tenth Girl by Sarah Faring. At the very southern tip of South America looms an isolated finishing school. Legend has it that the land will curse those who settle there, but for Mavi, a bold Buenos Aires native fleeing the military regime that took her mother, it offers an escape to new life as a young teacher to Argentina's elite girls. Mavi tries to embrace the strangeness of the imposing house. Despite warnings not to roam at night, threats from an enigmatic young man, and rumors of mysterious others. But one of Mavi's 10 students is missing, and when students and teachers alike begin to behave as if possessed, the forces haunting this unholy cliff will no longer be ignored, and one of these spirits holds a secret that could unravel Mavi's existence. Through the Woods Stories by Emily Carroll. Discover a terrifying world in the woods in this collection of 5 hauntingly beautiful graphic stories that includes the online webcomic sensation His Face All Red, in print for the first time. Journey through the woods in this sinister, compellingly spooky collection that features 4 brand new stories and 1 phenomenally popular tale in print for the first time. These are fairy tales gone seriously wrong, where you can travel to our neighbor's house, though coming back might be a problem, or find yourself a young bride in a house that holds a terrible secret in A Lady's Hands Are Cold. You might try to figure out who is haunting My Friend Jana, or discover that your brother's fiancée may not be what she seems in The Nesting Place. And of course, you must revisit the horror of His Face All Red, the breakout webcomic that has been gorgeously translated to the printed page. Courtney Summers, This Is Not a Test. It's the end of the world. 6 students have taken over in Cortegi High, but shelter is little comfort when the dead outside won't stop pounding on the doors. One bite is all it takes to kill a person and bring them back as a monstrous version of their former self. To Sloane Price, that doesn't sound so bad. 6 months ago, her world collapsed, and since then she's failed to find a reason to keep going. Now seems like the perfect time to give up. As Sloane eagerly waits for the barricades to fall, she's forced to witness the apocalypse through the eyes of 5 people who actually want to live. But as the days crawl by, the motivations for survival change in startling ways, and soon the group's fate is determined less and less by what's happening outside and more by the unpredictable and violent bids for life and death inside. When everything is gone, what do you hold on to? Long Laken by Lindsay Barraclough. Said my lord to my lady, as he rode away, beware of Long Laken, that lives in the hay. In an exquisitely chilling novel, 4 children unravel the mystery of a family curse, and a ghostly creature known in folklore as Long Laken. Sisters Cora and Mimi, along with village boys Roger and Peter, must uncover the horrifying truth that has held the isolated village of Briar's Grodon in its dark grip for centuries, before it's too late. Monsters only come when they're called. 5 Midnights by Anne de Villa Cardinal. If Lupe de Villa and Javier Uter can survive each other's company, together they can solve a series of grisly murders sweeping through Puerto Rico. But the clues lead them out of the real world and into the realm of myths and legends. And if they want to catch the killer, they'll have to step into the shadows to see what's lurking there. Murderer or monster. Free us or join us. The Women in the Walls by Amy Lukovics. Lucy Acosta's mother died when she was 3. Growing up in a Victorian mansion in the middle of the woods with her cold, distant father, she explored the dark hallways of the estate with her cousin Margaret. They're inseparable, a family. When her Aunt Penelope, the only mother she's ever known, tragically disappears while walking in the woods surrounding their estate, Lucy finds herself devastated and alone. Margaret is spending a lot of time in the attic. She claims she can hear her dead mother's voice whispering from the walls. Emotionally shut out by her father, Lucy watches helplessly as her cousin's sanity slowly unravels. But when she begins hearing voices herself, Lucy finds herself confronting an ancient and deadly legacy that has marked the women in her family for generations. Now, you can get this book in 2 ways. They have it in a print book, and there's also a graphic novel of this book. And this is Neil Gaiman's The Graveyard Book. It takes a graveyard to raise a child. Nobody Owens, known as Bod, is a normal boy. He would be completely normal if he didn't live in a graveyard, being raised by ghosts, with a guardian who belongs to neither the world of the living nor the dead. There are adventures in the graveyard for a boy, an ancient indigo man, a gateway to the abandoned city of ghouls, the strange and terrible Sleer, but if Bod leaves the graveyard, he will be in danger from the man Jack, who has already killed Bod's family. The Graveyard Book, a modern classic, is the only work to ever win both the Newbery and Carnegie medals. Prepared to be lost in Asylum by Madeline Rue. For 16-year-old Dan Crawford, the New Hampshire College prep program is the chance of a lifetime, except that when Dan arrives, he finds that the usual summer housing has been closed, forcing students to stay in the crumbling Brookline dorm. The dorm was formerly a sanitarium, more commonly known as an asylum, and not just any asylum, a last resort for the criminally insane. As Dan and his new friends Abby and Jordan start exploring Brookline's twisty halls and hidden basement, they uncover disturbing secrets about what really went on at Brookline. Secrets that link Dan and his friends to the asylum's dark past, because Brookline was no ordinary asylum, and there's some secrets that they refuse to stay buried. The Summoning by Hilary Monahan. There is a right way and a wrong way to summon her. Jess had done the research. Success requires precision, a dark room, a mirror, a candle, salt, and 4 teenage girls. Each of them, Jess, Shauna, Kitty, and Anna, must link hands, follow the rules, and never let go. A thrilling fear spins around the room the first time Jess calls her name. Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. A ripple of terror follows when a shadowy silhouette emerges from the fog, a spectre trapped behind the mirror. Once is not enough, though, at least not for Jess. Mary is called again and again, but when their summoning circle is broken, Bloody Mary slips through the glass with the taste for revenge on her lips. As the girls struggle to escape Mary's wrath, loyalties are questioned, friendships are torn apart, and lives are forever altered. A haunting trail of clues leads Shauna on a desperate search to uncover the legacy of Mary Worth. What she finds will change everything. But will it be enough to stop Mary and Jess before it's too late? The Companion. Lies pile up, and then they bury you. By Katie Allender. The other orphans say Margot is lucky to survive the horrible accident that killed her family, lucky to have her own room because she wakes up screaming every night, and finally lucky to be chosen by a prestigious family to live at the remote country estate. But it wasn't luck that made the Suttons rescue Margot from her bleak existence at the group home. Margot was handpicked to be a companion to their silent, mysterious daughter, Agatha. At first, helping with Agatha and getting to know her handsome older brother seems much better than the group home. But soon the isolated Gothic house begins playing tricks on Margot's mind, making her question everything she believes about the Suttons and herself. Margot's bad dreams may have stopped when she came to live with Agatha, but the nightmare has just begun. Clown in a Cornfield by Adam Caesar. The kids are not all right. Quinn Maybrook and her father have moved to tiny, boring Kettle Springs to find a fresh start. But what they don't know is that ever since the Bay Pen corn syrup factory shut down, Kettle Springs has cracked in half. On one side are the adults, who are desperate to make Kettle Springs great again. And on the other are the kids, who want to have fun, make prank videos, and get out of Kettle Springs as quick as they can. Kettle Springs is caught in a battle between old and new, tradition and progress. It's a fight that looks like it will destroy the town, until Friendo, the Bay Pen mascot, a creepy clown in a pork pie hat, goes homicidal and decides that the only way for Kettle Springs to grow back is to cull the rotten crop of kids who live there now. I hope you enjoyed today's videos and the book recommendations for our 13 Nights of bone-chilling young adult horror genre. If you find that you like these books, or if you have a suggestion, please email me at jchandler@perrylib.org. Thanks for watching.